Hello, welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. I'm Sibylle, and today's subject is, but I can't afford the life of my dreams. You see, 90% of people react the same way when I ask them about their big goal and their dream. They'll start by describing something that is fairly close to the life that they're already living. And then when I press them a little bit and tell them to go completely overboard, their wildest dreams, then they just resist and eventually say, oh, but I couldn't afford that anyway. What they don't understand is that the point of a goal is not to know how to achieve it. In fact, Bob Proctor said, if you know what to do to reach your goal, it's not a big enough goal. So your mission today is to do what Neo had to do in the Matrix. Free your mind. Task number 1 is called Reason is Overrated. Okay, let me start out by saying there is a place for reason. We are taught, even as I as a coach was taught, to set a goal that is SMART. You've heard that acronym, and the R stands for realistic. And a goal doesn't become worthless just because you know how to achieve it. Several of my goals are like that. However, I do maintain that Bob Proctor does have a point, and that at least some of your goals or dreams or your big dream should be something that you have no idea how you would ever achieve that in this lifetime. Examine what keeps you from dreaming big. Do you think it's just silly? But then realize that creativity and imagination have always gone over the top. No great piece of art and no great piece of anything would have come into being if people hadn't dared to just go completely over the top. It's not silly, it's part of creativity. Or maybe you think it's a waste of time because it's just not possible. And to this I'll say, it is possible. There are any number of people who achieve things that they thought completely outside of their reach. The evidence is almost endless. So it might not be particularly likely or probable, or you think it's not particularly likely or probable, but don't say it's impossible because it isn't. You see, thinking beyond, dreaming big, having this creative kind of dreaming that goes into the realm of complete silliness even, is a skill that can be learned. So your task number 1 is to set yourself a reminder once a week. Use your calendar on your phone and make it an alert, otherwise you'll forget it. Once a week, you schedule some time for dream time. It can only be 10 minutes if you like. Get comfortable and just dream, really let your imagination wander. If it helps you, Google images of things that you might dream about, to just jog your imagination, to just get your creative juices flowing. Do this once a week. Train this like you train a muscle. Task number 2 is called Program Your Mind for Your Dreams. Now this is an ongoing task. This is going to take some time. Basically, you're brainwashing yourself, and that always takes some time. So here are 3 things that you can do. Number 1 is read. Jim Rohn once said, the only thing worse than not having read a good book in the last 90 days is not having read a good book in the last 90 days and thinking it doesn't matter. And by good book, I don't mean fiction, although there's wonderful fiction books, and of course you should read those as well. By reading, I mean reading some personal development literature by these people who know these kinds of things. If you don't have time, make time. Get up 10 minutes earlier and read 10 minutes every day. Don't think it doesn't make a difference. 10 minutes every day is over an hour per week, over an hour that you wouldn't have read something positive. Make time to read. This is the thing that has done the most, has created the biggest change in me, in my own life. I can tell you that. Include books on finances, personal finances. Try authors like Amanda Steinberg or Jen Sincero. They're in the abstract underneath the video if you're on my website, wildspiritscoaching.com. Look them up and read their books. This will help you program your mind and free your mind. Number 2 is, as well as reading, you should watch videos and follow podcasts, follow blogs. So not just read books, but do other things as well. You could start with my own videos, as you're doing right now. You could sign up for my newsletter and follow other people as well on YouTube and so on and so forth. Just keep bombarding your mind with this kind of message. And step number three is to surround yourself with positive people. You've heard the saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And in many ways, this is true. We like to think that we're not easily influenced, but we are, in fact, because we're social beings, and this is subconscious, we can't do anything about it. We are, in fact, heavily influenced by our environment. So you don't need to kick out all your friends because they're not positive enough, but think about it. Do you know somebody who's into this kind of stuff, into personal development? And even if you don't know someone like that, do you know someone who's very optimistic, very positive all the time? You might even think them a bit of a Pollyanna. That's the type of person you're looking for. Just seek them out. Spend more time with them proportionally than you did before. It can make a huge difference. Task number 3 is, as usual, to let me know. What do you think of this? I would really like to know, because do you feel a lot of resistance towards this dream over the top, or do you think it's silly and a waste of time? Hit the reply button and let me know. I'll answer every email, I promise. If you didn't get the link to the video in an email, that means you're not part of the Wild Spirits community yet, and you should join us. Go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in a little form there. You will receive 1 email per week. It's 100% spam free. You'll get lots of additional articles and information, recommendations of books and other resources, like those positive books that I mentioned in today's video. And sometimes you get exclusive offers that are exclusive only to my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up. You can also Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to my website as well. Thank you for watching.